Recording.
And it's not official yet till Thursday, but on Thursday, Kelsey will be hitting gold.
Yay, Kelsey. Congrats, girl.
We're pretty excited for her.
Yeah. Anybody else?
Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, good. I wasn't sure. I just wanted to welcome Steph to the group. I'm sure you all recognize her. I haven't come up with a team name yet, and we just sort of figured this out today, so I'm sorry I didn't announce it in the group yet, but I will, and she's here, so welcome, Steph.
Yay. Hey, Steph. I'm like so excited about this because you just like are so incredibly inspiring in our challenge groups, and you're just like, well, this is me welcoming you with open arms to the team. I'm like psyched for you to be here. So
thank you. I'm really excited to be here.
Okay, me again. She just jumped on. I have a new coach. We just chatted last night. Her name's Catherine, but she just hopped on the call too. So our team's growing, y'all. This is exciting.
Yay. Welcome, Catherine.
I don't know if she can hear us.
I think I saw her unmute, so I think she heard us. All right. Anybody else? These are all great announcements. Cool. Okay, so I am going to jump right in. I wanted to start kind of backtracking a little bit. I don't often talk about my own journey. I mean, you guys all know me as a mom from my page and like, you know, me and my workouts and my crazy kids, but I haven't really spoken much about my Beachbody journey as a business. And I don't know why. I think because I just put my focus and energy so much into the team and into my challengers that talking about myself sometimes feels weird. So here we go. I'll start at the beginning because it was a year ago, right around now. I was a 21-day fix challenger, and I started the first week of January, and my husband and I loved it. I was in such like a really bad place after I had my twins. I felt lonely. I felt icky. My energy level was low, and I need something to give me a jump start. So I hooked up with Heather and got a 21-day fix challenge pack. My husband and I rocked it. We lost weight. We had more energy. And so when Heather asked me to become a coach, I was like, yeah. Like I didn't even really think twice about it because I hadn't felt that kind of like lit up like that for a long time. Like since I was a part of a team playing soccer and track in high school. I love that type of environment where everyone is cheering each other on and sharing in their ups and downs and lifting each other up, and that's what it reminded me of. So I decided as a coach I wanted to pay that forward and, you know, get more people involved. So what I did when I first started coaching, I knew right away, you know, Heather and I have super different lifestyles. Like she is in London. She's, you know, going on these great travel adventures. She has her goals and she's very like business minded and she's getting her got her master's, all these things. Me, I've been a stay-at-home mom now for 5 years. You know, we had a lot of differences. So right away I knew that I had to take initiative and, you know, find a way to navigate this business in a way that I knew was going to be a little bit different from her. So, you know, my first piece of advice to everyone is, although your upline coach and your personally sponsored coach is there for you, I also would challenge you all that, you know, and I would say this to my team, if, you know, the way I do things doesn't have to be the way that you do things. Like this is your own business. Like you are, you know, the CEO of your business. And I like to say it Chief Empowerment Officer because, you know, that's what we're here to do. We're here to empower one another and to empower others. So empower yourself too. Feel that sense of pride that this is your business and find what inspires you and what lights your fire because otherwise this business won't work. So there I was. I'm looking up every like video in creation, and I come across Melanie Mitro. And she personally, guys, inspires me. She's a mom. She's super systems oriented. She's got it going on. And so throughout my journey, I've sort of been trying to emulate what she does because it's what works for me. So guys, like, start following some of these top Beachbody coaches. And when you find someone who kind of you get that you feel like you're on the same wavelength, check out their videos, because I guarantee some of them are going to open up a world of opportunity where you'll say to yourself, man, I could do something like that. The second thing I did, besides watching all these videos, I started posting right away on my personal page about my journey, because I knew this is a business about relationships. This is a business about relationship building. And I needed people, when they saw my posts and when they came to my page, they knew I was into health and fitness. And I'm not even saying posting about, me with a Shakeology drink or even mentioning a Beachbody program. But do I have healthy recipes on my personal page? Do they see me working out with my kids? Even if they don't know what I'm working out to, they see me working out with my kids. They see me giving some inspiration out there. These were the things I was thinking about when I first started, because I wanted, eyeballs on what I was doing, because I wanted to inspire people to do the same thing. I started my like page right away because I knew I wanted to expand my network. And I was consistent on it. Like, a lot of Beachbody coaches will start their like page, but sometimes they'll post like a couple times a week. Facebook is not going to give you the time of day if you're only posting twice a week on your like page. It has to be consistent. So that's something that I started to do right away. The next thing, I took Coach Basics training seriously. Now, I've seen a lot of coaches, in the Choose to Shine Coach Basics training, and for the first few days, like, maybe they're liking a post here and there, but then they fall off the wagon. And that, to me, but then they'll wonder why their business isn't moving forward. This information is there for a reason. I think the next Coach Basics training starts Monday, which is perfect since we have a couple new coaches on the team. But seriously, you guys, like, if you feel like stuck, even if you've been a coach for a few months or even a year, maybe it's time to get back into that Coach Basics training and take it back and really read the information that's being given on a daily basis and see what you can learn from it, and then implement it into your business, because it's not just the learning part, it's the implementing part. So when I took this Coach Basics training, there were little exercises that we could do and ways that we could implement things, and I did every single one. I never missed a day. They had us, building, one of the action items that they said was to make your list of dream team of coaches. And I did it. And I'm so glad I did, and I would suggest every single one of you on the call tonight, start off this year. Make a list of the people you would love to work with in this business. And think of it as business partners, because that's how I feel about my team. I don't think of, the members of my team as my personally sponsored coaches. Like, you can ask any of them. I don't treat them like I know everything or that I know the way. They are my business partners. And that's who I want to attract to this business, because it doesn't work unless we all work together and we grow together and we inspire one another. So when you make this list of a dream team, really think about who you want to attract and who you want to ask. And I started asking right away, ask Sam and Carrie. I was like, day one coaching, hey girls, get in on this, Don't be afraid to just ask. Because I think back on that first month that I was doing 21 Day Fix, and if Heather hadn't asked, I wouldn't be here right now. I wouldn't have these incredible friends sitting here right in front of me, all wanting the same type of life for themselves. So put yourself in that position. Remember when I asked you, or when you came to me, what did that feel? Or when Heather asked you to coach, what did that feel like? And just remember, you want to pay that forward to others. Liz Hardkey, one of our leaders on the team, she put out a team video, and it was one of the first Drop the Cookie videos that I ever watched, a team call. And it was called Recruiting is a Gift. And if you haven't seen that video that she did, please just Google Elizabeth, or I don't know if she goes by Elizabeth or Liz Hardkey in YouTube, but Recruiting is a Gift. And the whole video is about how at first she was thinking that word recruiting was so icky, and network marketing and all of this stuff. But guys, it is a gift. And when I heard it said like that, it's true, because my life is completely changed since I've become a coach. And I am just so excited to share that gift with other people. So never be afraid to ask. Start asking, about the coaching opportunity right away. So the other thing that I wanted to talk about was rank advancements. So a lot of people on my team set the goal to hit diamond. And I don't really talk diamond much with my team, because diamond is a milestone. I don't even consider it a goal. I consider it a milestone, because you can be a diamond. I've been a diamond since March. I started coaching in February, and I've been a diamond since March. And in that time, so much has happened. Although I haven't rank advanced, my team has grown. I have, 8 business builders on my team, and now they're bringing on business builders. I have almost 200 coaches in my downline in total. My monthly income has doubled since February. So guys, when don't think small, like don't think diamond. Think building a team, building a foundation made of rock, not a foundation made of sand. Discount coaches are great, but if you're in this for the long haul, you want to grow a team. You want to start building your tribe and attracting your tribe. So I really would suggest you push those goals even forward. Why do you want to hit diamond? Why? For the, extra cycling is great, whatever, but no, if you want to stay at diamond, you have to build a team. So, really dig deep into that. And if you don't quite understand how to grow your team, then again, be resourceful. Get inspired by those top coaches that I mentioned before, and, watch some videos, talk to your upline coach, like all of these things, and really dig deep and figure out what you need to get, what you need to do to think beyond diamond and to think beyond rank. So the next thing I wanted to talk about was taking initiative. So Heather last week, it was a great call. She talked about treating this like a business. I would go one step further and say, treat this like your business, not just a business. So, how do you treat this like your business? And what that goes back to is remembering how many Beachbody coaches there are out there. And that thought can be daunting. You can go down the road of thinking there's so many Beachbody coaches and I'm competing against all of them, and why would someone come to me and not them? Instead of shifting your mindset and saying, what makes me unique? What can I give to people? How can my journey inspire others to take that step that they need to take to better their own lives? That's the way you need to start thinking of it. Think of this business as a blank canvas right now. And you can color it any which way you want. That thought in itself is so empowering, guys. Like, we were all born differently. We are all different people, different personalities. That's incredible. And in doing that and connecting with yourself, you're going to start attracting people that you can help the most, because they can connect with you and they can relate to you. So one of the other things, and a way you can take initiative, is to think about if you're feeling stuck. Because there have been times this past year, I'm like, why is my business not going anywhere? Why is it becoming so hard to hit Success Club? Why are new coaches not wanting to come on my team? Like, what am I doing? What's going on? So what you can do is figure out, pinpoint what is your biggest pain point. At one point for me, it was time management, feeling stressed about time, how I'm going to fit everything in. So all it takes is a little YouTube video, to check out some time management, tips from some of the top Beachbody coaches. Or if you're struggling to invite, maybe there's even another Beachbody coach who is like rocking the business right now. All you have to do is reach out to them. This is a community. That's what I love about it. If you're like, man, I really like the way this person's running their business, reach out to them and ask them what they're doing, because they're going to answer your call. Because the truth is, and this is something I was insecure about before, because I want to help my team so badly, but there are answers I don't have. And I'm the first to say, I don't know. I can help you figure it out, and we can figure it out together. But just remember that there is an answer out there, and it's up to you as the owner of your business to find that answer and to seek it out, because otherwise you'll just stay stuck. And that's just not an option, because we're all going to rock it this year. The other ways that you can take initiative. Now, our team runs a lot of challenge groups together, but it's also important to run your own challenge groups. And here's why. We're talking about, taking initiative and being a leader. And this is how you can mold your challenge groups to shape your own identity, like what makes you you. Sometimes when I'm stuck and feeling uninspired, I think to myself, man, I need to create a group that's going to inspire me too. Because that's one of the things I love about being a Beachbody coach, is it's kept me accountable. So, a couple months ago, I was feeling out of control. I was feeling kind of down. I felt like it was chaos. It was just chaos. And I realized I am out of balance right now. I am out of balance. So what did I do? I thought to myself, you know what? I bet there's some people out there who feel out of balance too. So enter my challenge group called Find Your Balance. And you guys might remember this challenge group. And it went great. I had people filling out my Wufoo application, and they're like, I'm out of balance too, like all this stuff. That's what this is about. And so by me hosting this group, it helped me and it helps other people too. So that's taking initiative. That's thinking like, how can I be unique? How can I, make this a special experience for everybody? So that's just an example. Same thing with free challenge groups. These are so important. I've done a yoga one. I've done clean eating ones. It's a great way to attract people who are interested in the same things that you're interested in. And who doesn't like something that's free? But something I've learned, don't just rely on your posts. You have to personally invite people. And I know that's scary, you guys. And that's why sometimes it's easier to start with free groups, because then you're messaging, when I did my yoga one, it was, hey, I remember a while back you'd asked me about where I could, learn a little bit more about yoga. Well, guess what? I'm running a free group. I'm thinking of the people that I think might be interested in it, and I thought of you. Would you like to be involved? As simple as that. And it's free. It's easy to ask. That's like a way that you're going beyond just, waiting for people to come to you. You have to go to them. Because at some point, your warm market starts to wear off. They're watching you, your friends and family, and even like friends of friends. And it starts to become a struggle. So you need to expand that network, and you need to reach out to people directly. I actually got an email today from somebody that I don't know very well. She's an acquaintance of mine, and she said, hey, Lindsay, this is totally out of my comfort zone because I really have a hard time asking for help, but I need help. I need support. My wedding is 5 months away, and I keep falling off the wagon. Please help me. I need some motivation. But that line right there, you guys, it's hard for me to ask for help. Do you know how hard? It's hard for me too. It's probably hard for a lot of you. So that's why it's up to us to really think of that. And I posted that in my team page the other day. Like, have that mindset shift. Don't think, oh, I don't want to bother them by reaching out to them. I don't want to bother them by inviting them to my challenge group. Shift that mindset and think they are waiting for me to ask them. people are liking your posts, maybe they're not reaching out to you, but if they're following you, their eyes are on you, like it's up to us to reach out to them and genuinely connect with them and, you know, see what we can do to help them. So hold on, let me check the time because I don't want to go too far. Okay, good. 5 minutes. You guys know me. I don't go far past the 8:30 mark. So the last little story I wanted to share with you all is another thing that happened to me today, but it's something that I've been getting better at, and that's why I want to share, because it was really scary for me to reach out to people for a very long time. I relied on my posts to attract business and to attract people instead of taking the initiative and reaching out to people directly. So one of the steps I took to get in the right direction was when somebody likes a post on my like page or on my personal page, I will reach out to them and I'll say hi. So lately I've been expanding my network, and a lot of people I don't know at all have been popping up on my like page. So I'll connect with them on my personal page, and then I'll usually just say, hey, like, you know, I noticed that you liked this post on my page, and I hope you don't mind. I sent you a friend request. I just like connecting with people that have common interests with me. And that's sort of how I'll, you know, introduce myself. Well, today I requested somebody, and before I even said anything, she's like, hey, thanks for the ad, but do I know you? And that was actually the first time someone like kind of called me out on it. Was like, do I know you? Before I was able to get back to her. So I just kind of said what I just told you that I normally say. And, you know, come to find out, she just started Weight Watchers. And the reason she liked my post earlier today is because, you know, she saw me working out early in the morning and said, man, I really need to do that. So then we started chatting, and now we're talking about size and Shakeology because she used to do Zumba and, you know, but this has been a day-long conversation. I didn't start off saying like Weight Watchers, psh, you don't want to do that. I started talking about, hey, so when are you checking in? Like, are you going to groups? Like, having that support and accountability really helped me. And she goes, yeah, I check in on Thursday. I can't wait. And I go, well, do you mind on Thursday if I like check in and see how you did? I know you're excited. Like, I'd love to support you in any way I can. And I mean that in a genuine, honest way. Whether she even buys Size or Shakeology or whatever, I'm still going to help her. Like, I'm still going to check in with her, you know, and that is creating these really genuine connections. And it takes a longer time maybe than other people who jump in and say, you've got to try Shakeology. But like, that's the way I think this business, like our businesses grow. And that's what keeps our integrity. But had I not reached out to her and just friend requested her, that conversation wouldn't have happened. So that's, again, what I mean by taking initiative. Don't be afraid to talk to people and reach out to people. You're not bothering them. You're helping them. You know, there are some people who are afraid of connecting with people because they think that, well, I don't want to just talk to people because I'm trying to sell them something. That's not true. If you're a Beachbody coach, if you're an online health and fitness coach who owns your own business, the reason you're doing it is because you want to help people in the first place, right? So remember that your intentions are always 100% pure. And then follow up with that intention by starting with a question, by not leading with Shakeology and Beachbody, by just asking them, how's it going? You know, informing with them. Family, occupation, relationship, and what's the last one? Anybody know? I always forget what FORM stands for. Oh, and meeting with them. That's what forming stands for. So yeah, that's what I mean. Just don't be afraid to reach out and talk to people, because that's what's going to move the needle of your business forward. Okay, so 8:28. And I want to know if any of you guys have questions at all, or even a story to share, you know, or anything at all. You know me, anything at all. Let me look at the chat. Yeah, Jude, I think you're right that it's in the resource doc in Google Drive. And it's a video where, did you watch it, Jude? Yeah. So did anything I said kind of like strike a chord with anyone? Was it helpful or anything? Like, are you ready to rock it?
I took a lot of notes.
Oh, thanks, Holly.
I wrote down a lot. I mean, because you know me, I struggle with inviting, and you and I have talked about this so many times, and it's like I keep saying like, oh, I'm gonna start tomorrow, you know, and then I'll do like a semi-invite post where I talk about the business, but I don't actually do the inviting at the end. I just talk about how much I love the business, you know. So I just need to start doing it. And one thing you said is that they're waiting for me to ask them.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's what really like hit me with this, because I'm always like, I don't want to bug them. I mean, I was even talking to a girl today about how like, I don't really bug people, you know? And like, I try to be that like friendly MLM person that doesn't bug people, you know, but it's really not helping my business. So I've got to just reach out and not be afraid.
Yeah, and I mean, I don't think anyone on my team would say that I ever bugged them. I mean, maybe I have. But you know what I mean? And I really do. It's important to be confident in your inviting. And I'm actually going to be talking, I already have a plan for, another call to talk a little bit about confidence. But you really need to pump yourself up and be confident in this, and I was talking to, one of my coaches the other day, and she was talking about follow-ups. And this could also be, for any kind of communication that you're, doing with somebody. But instead of saying things like, hey, I know you've been busy and I don't want to bug you, but have you thought more about Shakeology and 21 Day Fix? Versus, I'm so pumped. The challenge group is next week. Are you ready? Like, let's get you going. What's the plan? Like, do you see the difference in those two, ways? The second one has way more confidence behind it. Same with the coaching opportunity. It isn't, hey, have you thought about the coaching opportunity at all? It's, holy smoke, Stephanie, you're rocking the challenge group. Like, this is what we do as coaches. It is. And it's the truth. This isn't me just blowing smoke up people's butts. Like, this is the truth. I love what we do, and I'm confident in what we're doing and helping people. I'm confident in the products, the holistic approach, everything from the shake to the programs, the exercise, the nutrition. I love it all. So when you're inviting, embody that. Embody what you already feel and make that come across to the other person. And that's a hard thing to do, especially with, we use Facebook Messenger. But it is important to try to get your voice to come out. It's important to not sound like a robot. It's important not to sound, scared, because, when we're talking in person, it's so much easier. We can talk with our hands. That always helps me. You hear the intonation, you hear the feeling and the emotions. Like, really try and make that come across with words if you can. Anybody else?
Again.
I was going to say lots of exclamation points.
And smileys.
Lots. Because that's usually how I'm like, ah!
That's so funny. So I'll share one more story before I go, because I do think reaching out to people is so important. There was another person, random person, that I reached out to for my like page. And I found out within 2 minutes that she had had weight loss surgery 3 months before, and she was trying really hard, has been struggling with her nutrition. So these are the things, guys, that I want you to think about, because that, to me, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm so glad I connected with her so that maybe I can help her, Like if I hadn't reached out to her, one, someone else might have. And like, I want to be her coach. I want to help her, like, so remember that every time you don't reach out to someone, it's a missed opportunity, because Beachbody is awesome. How many times do we get, oh yeah, I've done 21 Day Fix, or, oh yeah, I already have a coach, or like, just think of that. I've had someone come to me before, it's like, yeah, I'm really thinking about becoming a coach. What do you think? But it's for another team. And I'm like, man, like, coaching's awesome. I want you to be on my team. Like, just remember that. Like, if it's not you, it's going to be someone else.
Can I
All
share
right,
a little bit really quick? I know you want to go.
Oh, no. I'm good. I just never like to, take up too much of everyone else's time.
I kind of just wanted to share with you guys, I call it the bad, the good, and the great. So the reason why I say that is I put the post up on the team page today. It was really long. I don't know if everybody got to read it, but this has to do a lot with the inviting process. And I think it comes with growing pains. And I think it comes with getting over a lot of fear. And for myself, like, my warm market was like always cold. I felt like people that were even like friends and family, it was just like, no, so I feel like for me to jumpstart this business, I needed to meet people that like were already kind of searching for it in some way or had some interest in it. So anyways, long story short, when I first moved to McKinney, I was encouraged by one of our team calls to join a group, and I joined the McKinney's mom group, and I just started chit-chatting with people that when I looked at the page, I was like, okay, they have kids, they look about my age, blah, blah, blah. And this is a great story. One girl, I didn't even talk about Beachbody with her at all. I didn't say a thing. And we ended up exchanging numbers, and then she ended up reaching out to me, and like weeks later being like, hey, I remember that you're a health and fitness coach. I want to do a challenge group or something. And I was like, wait a minute, what? Like, it was just out of nowhere. But I didn't lead with Beachbody ever. I didn't. I made it aware because of my Facebook page and my like page. So it almost made it easier for the conversation to have happen. And now that girl is in my next challenge group, and I swear she's going to be a coach. So, I mean, I just say that because it was a real genuine connection that happened, and we still haven't even met in person. So it's kind of crazy that can happen. And I had a point today that kind of made me feel icky and gross, because we are network marketing, and there are other people and other companies that are doing this, like It Works, Advocare, Mary Kay, like you name it. There's a lot of them, and a lot of them have a lot of good to offer. Unfortunately, sometimes people come off incredibly pushy, and like that's all they care about. So a post got put up in the group saying, if you're trying to sell me something, like, stop it and don't friend request me. And then as I looked down, there was a picture of me that somebody else posted there and said, look, I got a friend request from this girl. And I felt so sick to my stomach. I was just kind of like, this is awful. Like, I'm being put on blast like this. Like, that's not like what's going on here. Like, I'm genuinely trying to reach out to people. Anyways, I share this with you because the me literally 4 weeks ago would have been like, that's it, I quit, I'm not doing this, this isn't me, it makes me feel gross and icky inside, I don't want to do this. But the me, like, who has really come to own her why and why I'm doing this and why it's such a genuine part of like who I am and what I want to do, was just like, oh no, like, I'm not doing anything wrong. I'm doing this from a place of genuinely wanting to help, and I genuinely care about my business. Like, I realize that this is my business, and like, you're offending me by like not realizing that. So that, I say, like, it took me almost almost a year. And I'm not saying that to discourage. Some people will get over it sooner. Some it will take a long time. It took me a year, guys, this hurdle of reaching out and inviting. And like, I just kept on doing little things. So don't beat yourself up if it's not like happening right away. Just like keep trying at it, and it will happen. And remember the good things that happen, because bad stuff does. So that's it.
No, thank you for sharing that, Carrie. I really, definitely appreciate it. And I think it really can be from other people's insecurities. Like, I don't know, some people get put off by stuff and that's their own thing. Like, I don't know. I have this weird thing where I'm very confident in what I'm putting out there. Just like Carrie said, like, you run your business with integrity and you own that. That was that. So they basically threw you under the bus for absolutely no reason. Like you weren't that person who was like, posting in a mom's page about all this stuff, but some people do, but just don't be that person. That's why we always talk about sharing and not selling, and sharing your journey, because that's what inspires people, and I love it. We all have our own identity, right? Like I count on Jocelyn to make me laugh every day on her page. Like I count on it. I'm like, she needs to make me laugh today. Like she's consistent in that. Carrie, I can always count on a yummy recipe coming from her. Lisa, I can always count on some little like life tidbit that I'm like, oh man, like that's so insightful. Like some little piece of thing like that. And everybody has like their own identity and their own way that they're sharing their journey. So all you have to do is find yours and own it and be confident in it, and you're going to inspire people. That's all this is. This is beyond challenge packs, it's beyond programs, it's beyond that. It's bigger than that. It's something inside of us that we're sharing with other people that they can relate to. Anybody else? All right, guys. So I will sign off from that for now. After 8:30, I turn into a pumpkin. So I hope you all have a great night. Welcome to our new team members, and let's rock January, guys. January. See, I can't talk. And fill up some challenge groups. All right. Love you all. Hey, Michelle. I just saw you.